this segment of the program is all about high intensity 30-second intervals. We'll pick up 2 exercises and train 3 lots of 30 seconds, alternating between exercises for a total of 3 minutes per set. Let's get straight into it. Alright guys, let's start marching on the spot for this exercise. Now you can see I'm lifting my knees fairly high. I'm using my arms to assist as far as the momentum is concerned. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to switch it up and get into some jumping jacks. So jumping in and out and just making sure you're staying fairly light on your feet for this one. Your turn to try it. A nice legs combination for this exercise, you guys. So we're working a bench get up. So it's a matter of just sitting down on the bench and then lifting up into what looks like a squat, but you're getting that support when you're seated on the bench down the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to combine this with an isometric squat. So we're going to step forward a little bit so you're away from your bench. We're going to drop down into that squat position and we're just going to hold that pose for 30 seconds. We're going to alternate between these two exercises for the next 3 minutes. Your turn to try it.
Starting this combination with some in and out squats. So you can see I'm jumping fairly lightly on my toes, feet together, and then jumping out into a squat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change it up and go into some scissor hops from there. So it's very similar to a jumping jack, but rather than going side to side, you're going back and forth. And just making sure you're landing on both feet at the same time. And again, just keeping it nice and low impact on your knees. Your turn to try this. For this exercise, we're combining some bench push-ups with a basic plank on your elbows. So getting into those push-ups nice and deep, maintaining that straight line from your shoulder to your ankle so that we're keeping the core engaged and protecting your back at the same time. You can see nice deep push-ups. And then when we change it up, we're just going to go into a nice elbow plank, again holding that straight line and keeping the core engagement. And let's alternate between these exercises. Your turn. starting this exercise hopping in your fighting stance. So basically bouncing back and forth, nice and light on your toes, and just in your natural fighting stance for this one will do. And we're going to combine this one with some fast feet. So making sure that you're keeping a nice high pace and light on your toes until the end of the set when you change back to hopping in your fighting stance. Your turn to try this one for yourself. For this combination, we're going to start off with some tricep dips, and we're going to alternate with some bench burpees on this one. So starting with the triceps dips first, you can see that I've got my knees nice and straight, so that prevents me from cheating and leveraging off my legs. And just making sure, go as deep as you can and come straight back up. And then we're going to change it up and we're going to work some bench burpees from there. So you can see I'm jumping back, going into that assisted push-up, and then when I come up, I'm not jumping back up, so I'm just keeping the joint impact off my knees for this particular exercise, and we're going to alternate between the two exercises for the next 3 minutes. Your turn.
Okay, a nice cardio combination for this one, guys. So we're going to start off in our fighting stance and we're going to work some double jabs and we're going to alternate between the left side and the right side. So work through this for about 30 seconds and then we're going to drop down and work some mountain climbers from there. When you're doing your mountain climbers, you're making sure that your front foot doesn't touch the floor. Try and maintain a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle as you're doing it. Your turn to try it. For this combination, we're going to work a crucifix hips raise and we're going to combine it with a prone plank. So you can see I start off seated with my arms wide right up against the bench and then I lift all the way up until there's a straight line from the ankle all the way to the shoulder. So you really want to get that lower back and glutes and hamstrings engagement for this one. And then what we'll do, we're going to turn around, we're going to get into that prone position and we're just holding up a basic plank from here. So again, very important to keep a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your ankle, keep that core engaged and just make sure you're protecting your back as well. Let's alternate between these two exercises for the next 3 minutes. Your turn. For this set, we're going to combine some gate swings with rollovers. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get straight into those gate swings by jumping wide into a squat and then jumping back up with your feet together. And then after 30 seconds, when we change it up, we're going to lift our hands right up, arms nice and straight for support, and we're going to work some half rollovers. Make sure your toes are pointy and your knees are nice and extended, so you're really engaging the hips and the lower abs as you throw these up, and work through them for 30 seconds before we change back. Your turn to try this one. We're going to work alternate lunges with rookie push-ups for this exercise. So we're going to start off working our alternate lunges, stepping forward, making sure they're nice, lengthy lunges. Keep your feet at shoulder width. Make sure your toes are pointing forward the whole time. And then we're going to change it up, drop down, and just working those push-ups from your knees. Now, this is a nice, easy variation of a push-up, so we're going to go nice and deep with it. Your turn to try it for yourself.
For this exercise, we're simply working side planks on the left side and alternating them with side planks on the right side. So the first 30 seconds, we're going to face left. We're going to get into that side plank and really try and hit that straight line with the body. And then after that, when it's time to change over, we're going to simply turn around, get into the right side and hold exactly the same pose on the opposite side. So there's going to be good amount of pressure in the obliques underneath you, and there's going to be a little bit of pressure on your shoulders as well because you're holding your weight up. We're going to alternate between both sides for the next 3 minutes. Your turn to try it. For this exercise, we're going to inchworm our way all the way back to an extended plank and then come forward all the way to the bench until you're getting a little bit of a hamstring stretch, and we're just going to keep that particular exercise going. Now when we change it up, we're going to go into some prone jacks, but we're going to do it from our elbows so that you're getting a little bit more core engagement and just making sure that we're keeping the movement going and just getting the heart rate nice and high for this one. Your turn to try it for yourself.
Well done for getting through your workout today, guys. Let's take a moment to stretch and cool our body back down now. Comment and let us know what you thought of today's workout, and remember to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest workouts.